Copenhagen, and of course our pre-show for today's matches. First up, we're going to be talking about PaperX versus Optic Gaming, our upper bracket.
Terakhir ngukur 3 tahun yang lalu 173.
PaperX, they got a bye in the group stage, and despite having players off-site due to COVID, they've won both of their matches, Bren, and they haven't dropped a map yet. This team is kind of ridiculous.
They're so fun to watch. They are looking in prime form. They're looking better than ever as well coming into this Master event compared to the previous one. And now we finally get to see the majority of their roster on the stage as well.
Asem nge-lag. Why MNC ngelawak.
Well, on top of it, because like you mentioned, they've been potentially go to against this as well.
4 orang yang itu.
In the form of Optic here in the double finals.
Yeah, a victory here would be absolutely massive for the team, and just it's very possible because this team plays a style of Valorant that is fast-paced, in your face. It's awesome to watch. Dare I say, like, these guys are madmen out there.
I think they have one of the most impressive attacking sides of Valorant that I've ever seen, and Need for Speed can sometimes be chaotic, but for this particular roster, they harness it in such a controlled fashion. They themselves have the fastest attacking time to plant spike of any team in the entire tournament. It's within 30 seconds. The round starts, and within 30 seconds, they have the spike down. Imagine that, just getting in, you commit every piece of utility, and before you know it, all of the teams surrounding you on site. That is an incredible feat to do as confidently as they do.
Yeah, and they have so many different interesting looks like this, so many little executes that you have to be ready for. If you're Optic coming up against this, it's a lot to prepare for. When is Jing going to be double satcheling into you with a Haunt and a Flash? Well, it's probably going to be every other round, honestly, because they have so many different looks. And I mean, Jess, I know that you really want to talk about these Euro particular moments as well that these guys are pulling out.
It's unbelievable the kind of pairing that you get from both Jing and Forsaken. The fact that he can take space in the matter of 10 seconds with those blast packs, and if he dies, it's traded away.
Bagian hati.
Man, it feels like what it is that they just throw caution to the wind, Andes. Right, they don't particularly care about it. You can see it in the stats as well, and they have reaped the rewards of that, Brent.
Yeah, these guys, Jing and Forsaken on your screens right now, I think they're claim the best duelist duo currently in the tournament. They are putting up numbers, they are a centerpiece of the way that they play, and of course, the support team behind them, the rest of the team, you've got to give them credit as well, because they wouldn't be able to get away with as much as they do if they didn't have, you know, that kind of backup, but at the end of the day, it's because those guys are so goddamn skilled.
Yeah, don't let those kind faces fool you. Those guys are
demons.
They're demons. They're demons. All right, well, look, last week, PaperX found themselves a round away from dropping a map to Guild. Oh, the humanity. But pulled together and clutched out a big win. How? Teamwork. Good old-fashioned teamwork. And, of course, good communication. Those mics aren't just for saying, hey, how did you get that riot gun, buddy? Or, nice for the 500th time. Let's actually go ahead and take a peek inside the comms in this in-zone open mic.
Half of Guild's maps so far in Copenhagen have gone to overtime. Can they stop this one?
I think he's gonna come B. Splitting B, I think. I'm in clear. You guys push it. And 40 seconds. Nice. Drop, this time. Second floor.
Did you drop?
Second floor, guys. No, third floor, city. Race city.
Aaron, just hold.
City. They're going split B, guys. B. Yeah, go. City to B.
Side 5 is up. Don't be side. I'm flashing.
On the default.
That side. I'm flat for city. Third tower. I'm flat city. I'm for city. I'm flat for city. Play with him. Bombs up.
Let's go, guys. Go together. Go. No more wala. They're all in city. I think happy together. Yep. 1, 2, 3. We're going city, guys. Yep.
You're okay, wall.
Morning. Molly me. Nice. Wait, I can go. Cut him.
Canteen on the right. We have a molly, Aaron.
I'm on him. Still on right. Can you tap? Yeah. Not there. Have it. Can defuse. Okay, go. You don't know. Nice. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I guess in that case, it kind of was for nice there to say nice. That's good. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on to Optic Gaming, our defending champs from Reykjavik. They had a bad day one. but that only seems to have awakened the beast within. Since that loss, they have won 4 straight matches, taking down Loud, Crew, Exet, DRX, and have made Jesgoat a believer of the green wall.
I did, I converted. You saw me, you know, a few days in. I was like, after that trip and stumble, they got up and they ran faster than I've seen anyone ever recollect themselves. This is a team that is primed and ready for that 2-time spot that champion to stand on the stage. And this man on your screen is going to help get them there.
Absolutely. This guy has just gone from strength to strength. Early on, we mentioned it. Look at the statistics here on the left side, the groups. And look at his performance when he's headed into the playoffs. This guy is a menace to society. I mean, how would you do this against better teams, arguably? When you get into the playoffs, you're playing against harder opponents, and yet his numbers are only increasing. And I feel like, again, there's so much pressure on this guy that he places on himself that we do talk about him a lot. And if he doesn't light the world on fire, it's an underperformance for him and for everybody else watching. But I just really want to highlight how good this guy has been as we're progressing later and later and later in the tournament. And honestly, keeps his form up, they are looking like, once again, world beaters.
Yeah, if he keeps playing like this, and it's also unfair too, because if he keeps playing like this, he's gonna, as Brent said, light the world on fire. But on top of that too, though, right, he's got a great supporting staff in him as well. Dare I say, Marv is probably just in the contention for one of the best players in the game right now because of his consistency.
I'm glad you're saying that because I'm right on that particular train as well. I said I think he is the most consistent player in the world. I'll always stand by that. And look how close he stacks up. This man is a controller player. We're not talking about him being a duo with Ye as 2 sort of duelist players. He is one of the biggest and brightest support players we have in Valorant right now. He'll step on the stage and he'll show you what that's all about.
It is madness, honestly. He's able to put up those numbers. I love that you mentioned as well that he's playing the smokes, playing the controller role, yet still just absolutely dominates. There's so many iconic moments with him and Ye as a dynamic duo, even though you don't think of them as a duo.
No.
But often they're left in that scenario where they're picking up the pieces of the rest of their team, and they always come up with the goods. He is so consistent, so clutch, and honestly, the guy has had an uptick in his performance all tournament long. The guy is a true animal.
You genuinely couldn't ask for a better matchup to open up the day here in Copenhagen. 2 phenomenal squads. Now look, following Optic's win over DRX, the lovely Brennan Sideshow actually sat down with Marv and Victor for a chat about Optic's performance at Masters so far and their feelings about playing in front of you wonderful people, this fine audience. Let's go ahead and
What's up? Brennan and I are sat here with the defending champs. The winners of Reykjavik, fresh off another win against DRX here as well. And you've now solidified your place, Marv, Victor, to the point where you're going to be playing for the first time with a crowd. Now, unfamiliar actually as to whether or not you've had that opportunity in the past with prior careers. Have you ever played in front of a crowd like this before?
I played in front of like a lot smaller crowd. It was for DreamHack Rio in CS.
Right.
Yeah, so it was a lot smaller crowd.
Yeah. Did you find it change anything? Did you
yeah, you definitely feel it. Headsets and like if you can hear the crowd or not, and like but if they get loud and you have a lot of the white noise, that's how you know like the energy is high in the venue right now.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to it, Marv?
Yeah, I mean, the only crowd I've had is in my high school basketball games, so it's going to be great.
Did you pop off in the high school
I
basketball
pop
game?
off some games, no, not so much.
You were built for Valorant, not for basketball. I understand
exactly.
that. I understand that.
Well, I want to dive in on one of the games you had as well, because Marv, you were talking about this kind of rivalry that you guys have had with DRX. Wow, you're showing some real passion there. I could tell how much that is there any other team at the tournament still in it right now that you have that kind of rivalry with?
I wouldn't say so because we haven't really played these teams as much, but obviously Fnatic, everyone is saying it's going to be a good matchup against us, or any EMEA team, in my opinion. So yeah, if we get to play those teams, I hope it's going to be a great game. But yeah,
I want to play an EMEA team. Great comparison.
Of course.
Like,
Yeah.
Like I hate this narrative that we can't beat any EMEA team to no end.
Yeah, the mentality that you guys had in that DRX game was so fired up. I mean, the emotions were hot. And you played some of the best Valorant that I've seen from you guys too. But on the other side of that, you had the Loud finals at Reykjavik, where it was super chill, barely popping off, not like you just knew that you were going to win. Is there like a conscious decision to have a certain mentality? Do you try to flip the switch at some point?
like I'd say we didn't come into the game knowing we were going to have so much emotion, so it's kind of like in the moment. When we would play DRX, every round we kind of got to grind out, and especially because they're yelling at us too. we kind of got to do it back to them.
Yeah.
Or else we're just, you know, we're the beta. So yeah, we got to do what we got to do.
I want to follow up too, because there was a moment that we caught on comms where Victor, you were saying, "John, don't punch me, don't punch me." What was going on there? What was happening?
I don't remember exactly what the round that happened before, but I just remember he was so locked in, and we had to grind out this round. I think we were up a lot or something, and then they're coming back on us. And then we finally got around our way, and then John was just so locked in. I'm looking at him like, and he's like, and then when he comes to fist bump me, he just punched me so hard. I was like, John, please don't punch me, man.
that's how you know.
And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Fakes. I'm so sorry. Like,
Locked into the game.
Do you ever find yourself getting carried away sometimes by those big emotions in the games? Like you go for a peak where you're feeling it and it just doesn't quite work. Those kind of things?
So, FNS and Crashy sit next to me, and they tell me, like, whenever I sometimes in big matches when I fist bump them, I'm just shaking because, like, the caffeine's running through me. I was like, and then, like, Vic is shaking, and they calm, like, at the freeze time, like, Vic is shaking right now. It's so funny. So, yeah.
I wanna dive in a little bit on you guys staying on top, because you guys are the defending champions. You're coming off the back of Reykjavik. You've said in numerous interviews, I mean, I feel like we've interviewed your team the most at this event so far. I mean, you guys you play the most matches, you're winning a lot of them as well. And what is it like for you guys in terms of your preparation? I know you focus on one game at a time, but what is that kind of workload like? Because as well, one of the things that you guys have spoke about as well is you know, it's been tough to kind of staying innovating, staying in front of the meta all the time.
I think I'd give a lot of credit to my coach for sure. He makes sure we stay on top of things and we don't kind of fall behind. He kind of knows when people are gonna anti-strat us, so we kind of like work around it and like how we can kind of one-up their move. You know, beat them in chess, I guess. And yeah, I mean, a lot of props to him and a lot of props to all of us for changing up our playstyles all the time. I feel like we're really good at adapting as well. So in game, it's always important. And yeah.
I have to give a lot of credit to Chet. Not just that, but like, right before games, he always tells specific players, for example, myself, like, Vic, you need to do this game, or play here this game, or Jake, yeah, you need to play here this game, you need to up here this game, they don't drone here, or they don't use their prowler here.
Really specific stuff.
Yeah, so it's a lot of credit to him.
Yeah, well, that's great to hear. All of your matches are super entertaining so far. I'm sure that's going to continue. Good luck to you in your rest of the games. Thank you for joining us in the interview, and we'll send it back over.
Yeah, always interesting to hear.
Udah diam.
This is a team that has had a lot of pressure on them up until this point, but it seems like, you know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, but not these guys. They are always there. They're there to deal with the hard moments, and they have this tournament.
I mean, I've been in TAC FPS for however many years now, and I put a lot of respect on the fact that Marv called it, you know, chess FPS, because that's what it is. Some of the best teams will play, some of the smartest play, so I love that.
These guys caught me off guard as well. They aimed to me the chills. I didn't realize they were chill like that.
They got ice in the veins, remember? It's ice in the veins.
I mean, I didn't say much in the email. I was just like, all right, guys. I mean, Josh was taking it away. I had an easy job that day. I'm telling you.
It's a good time. It's a good vibe. I mean, that's all I have to do. I just sit here, you know,
and look great.
And look great. And make sure you vote for me in the poll. And also do things like this. We have to take a quick commercial break. Vote for me. Sure, why not? We're going to have more from Copenhagen right after this. Don't go anywhere, and let everyone know on Twitter how good I look. Thank you so much, guys.
I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
Welcome back. It's time to get the results of today's poll question. Unfortunately, I'm not on it, but oh, hey, listen to that. We got some people in the building. Earlier, we asked you guys which team is going to go all the way to win Masters Copenhagen. And the results are in. Let's go ahead and see who wins today's poll. I'm genuinely curious. And the people have spoken, Brennan.
It's not just paper girl, it's not just paper boy, it's paper audience, it's paper viewers.
The paper people.
The paper people. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man. Thoughts on that, Brent?
I mean, understandable. They're an incredibly fun team to watch. These guys are on fire right now. I mean, how can you not like this team?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I didn't even look at the rest of the poll. I was so fixated on Paper X.
That's it. It is what it is, baby.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do it. That does it for our pre-show. I'm going to hand things over to you, Yinsu, to get the day started. But it's our Final Four. And today, one team moves to the finals. One has to give up the dream. Valorant Masters Copenhagen starts right now.
No one will knock us off the throne. The green wall's only getting bigger.
Fnatic had to fight for every inch of that series.
You're starting to see the glimpses of the beast that is FPX.
A battle between the two best teams of EMEA would be a huge fight.
This team just has a date with destiny.
The true idols have arrived.
FPX would feel like deja vu, to be honest, but we're ready for round 5.
We played against them already 4 times. Because it's long, it's not online, it's gonna be other game, especially again on front of crowd. Teams shouldn't be afraid.
That's a dream for me, to play in front of that crowd. So I'm going to embrace it, I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can.
What a bracket this is going to be.
Every time we met each other again with FPX, they brought something new, they brought some new ideas, and we were able to adapt on the fly. So if we can keep doing that, I believe we will win.
If we will beat Fnatic, we're gonna be like top 1 team, it's surely.
Masters 2 is the time for Fnatic to win a trophy.
Paper Rex is very confident in their own game plan, but I think every team has tells. Every single team has something that you can prepare it. So yeah, I'm going to try to find holes in that. Forsaken and Jing are easily the strongest duo in this tournament. We won the last championship, so yes, I think Ye and Victor have a chance to stop it. We're just very good at understanding that the game isn't over till the series is over. Nah, we're never ever gonna be in that mindset of already seeing us lift the trophy. So it's just one game at a time. You gotta keep winning. That's the only other option. There is no other option. It's just you have to keep winning, and that's really it. If my walkouts doesn't make you laugh, I'm gonna show you how to have fun in game. We are the chaos.
I heard someone was looking for a paper girl.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
I think I think I've got a little minority on the side of the desk here. That's okay.
The bias now for Paper X.
Yeah.
Comes to this first
Yeah,
match.
we're paper pals. We're paper pals on the desk. And I gotta say though, Ben Kai there, if his walkout doesn't impress people, what are they gonna do on the server is? I feel like that sums up that entire team.
It's one super serious team against a really fun, playful team, and it's just 2 styles, both in personality and just gameplay as well. I'm so incredibly excited.
Yeah, these guys, they bring the chaos every single time. I am so stoked to get this match started, and honestly, these games are they're gonna be absolutely fire.
Yeah, you guys just saw an absolute banger of an opening tease today. We always deliver with the hype, but we have something pretty special for you as well. That is gonna send our hype off the charts. It's time to reveal the championship stage here at Masters Copenhagen. Copenhagen even, here we go.
Apaan ini? ATM. Oh, sate kayak itu ting. Sate sama kayak yang biasa. Sate kayak yang biasa. Oke.
Fnatic. FPS. Optic. PaperX.
We have some paper pals in the venue today. Let's go. How nice is that stage though?
It is unreal,
Wow.
honestly. They do such a good job every single time. I was getting chills, man, when it was lead it in. I mean, I was watching them set it up partially as well, so I got to kind of spoil it for me a little bit. But even still, like, seeing it all come together now as well, it just makes it all the more real that we're watching the finale of this tournament, really, the final 4 teams.
I can't even believe it. I mean, the way the shockwaves with the bass and everything hit, I had huge goosebumps everywhere. So I'm going to need to just chill out a little bit as we settle into this match, because I tell you what, there was a lot of screaming when a certain team came up on the screen there. So yeah, I think we have a lot to talk about.
I might have swung the bias a little bit.
A little
when
bit,
the Paper X
Yinsu.
logo came up. But who also would have known that these 4 teams would be the ones to make it this far as well?
Yeah, it's quite unexpected, isn't it? To a degree. I mean, there's been so... The thing is, every time we get to a global stage as well, every time it feels like each iteration off of the next, it gets more and more competitive every single time. We've kind of like tossed away the term minor regions, because I feel like at this point, yes, you have 1 team regions, but honestly, those 1 teams, they can bring it to the top of any other region at any given time.
Of course, Optic, they are the defending champions here. And let's hone in a little bit on the map select for this matchup and see which 3 maps we're going to be going to. Both of these teams, it's going to be a lot of fun for us to watch here today. But of course, you guys have mentioned already the chaos. Paper X, they thrive in it. My question to you is, do Optic dare to leave Bind open? Do they
We
dare?
discussed this a little bit. Brett and I sat here and I said, you know what? If they have stuck by Icebox after that little trip and stumble, I think they'll continue to. I think there's something they really didn't like. And there you go. Optic will commit to getting rid of Icebox. I don't know why.
That is
Because
so
back in
brave.
the day, I loved their Icebox. But they think they can rival Paper X on Bind. And that is almost certainly going to be a pick.
It is so brave for them to do this. I mean, and very Optic, I think, as well. It really does play into them as a team that they will just leave it open now. But they're going to select Haven as the first map. I think this is quite understandable, Paper X, in terms of what they play on this map. Most of the time, they end up running like a Jet Rainer composition. But they do have a comp that they pull out against Neon comps, like what Optic like to play.
Yeah.
So when we get into the agent select, I'm going to be incredibly curious as to whether or not we're going to see Paper X running that more specialized composition that they're running. But I'm assuming it's going to be the Bind.
It's going to be Bind. It's going to be Bind.
It has to be
I
Bind.
will put all of my life savings on that Paper X. You can't leave Bind open for them and then not to pick it. Remember, Benkai even said Fnatic are the only team brave enough in this tournament to leave Bind open. Optic, they've just done it, Jess. It wouldn't make... Yeah, here we go. It would make sense for them to go there. They
You know what? If you want to be the best team in the world, you have to beat some of the best teams on their best maps. I truly believe that no matter the maps, no matter the pool, you have to be the one that comes out the better team on the day. And that is a statement from Optic coming into this map beat.
It truly is. I mean, I think right now as well, from what I've seen of PaperX, they are currently the best buying team in the world.
Yeah.
I had it in contention with them and Fnatic, and from what I've seen recently in Fnatic, I think I have to hand it to PaperX. They just play such a variety of styles, even with that one composition they play. It's not a one-trick pony like it is when, for example, FPX played a Eurocomp on Breeze. It's not one-dimensional in that capacity. They have so much that they throw at it. And a second round of bans come through. A Sentry taken out by Optic is quite interesting.
We're going to Fracture, surely.
We have
to Fracture.
You got to think about a map that's a nice middle ground for both of these teams. If I had to put money on it, Fracture would be it. I like what I see from both of them, and in fact, some of the impressiveness I've seen from Optic on the map as well, especially when we're talking about Neon and the likes. That's something I want to see come back should we get to the third map. If Fracture happens to be it, and Breeze coming out of the pool, that solidifies it.
Yeah, it's going to be our third final map that's floated through. I think this is an interesting one for Optic as well, because they've been given a bit of an option of what they wanted to play and what they lean towards. And Fracture has been a shaky map as of recently over the course of this tournament. Now, historically, it's been one of their best maps, but recently, I mean, I'm going off the recency bias all the way, because it's the only thing I can really go off of. And it has been a bit shaky, so how they're going to be adjusting and how they're going to be keeping up, I think, with PaperX is going to be interesting if it gets to that point in this match.
I mean, we talk about pick your poison. In the past, when the team go up against PaperX, we're like, we're going to see either Bind or Fracture. You cannot let them have both. But Optic, Jess, they are going to let them have both.
I have said this only once in this tournament thus far, but if you take a risk of this level and you win that matchup, you have deserved to win through and through. So if Optic do come out the victors of this particular matchup, they have done everything and more that is necessity to get to the finals, and I think that that is a statement in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly that the thing is, Optic is so good when it comes to rematches against opponents that it might